Mga kapatid, ang China daw ay sinusubukang gumawa ng isang China-led world order. Ibig sabihin mga tol, gusto nilang gumawa ng sarili nilang batas mga tol o sarili nilang mundo na pinangungunahan nila. Hindi literal na mundo Ibig sabihin gusto nilang baguhin yung pagpapatakbo ng ating daigdig at gusto nilang pangunahan yun. Ang sabi nga rito mga kapatid sa balitang ating panonoorin, gumawa sila ng sarili nilang Shangri-La Dialogue. Kung naaalala ninyo, di ba yung Shangri-La Dialogue kung saan nag-uusap-usap yung mga bansa, tinatalakay doon mga kapatid kung ano yung mga issue. Meron din ganun sarili China. At sabi nga rito mga tol, sa pag-uusapan natin ngayon mula rito sa Taiwan Talks, Beijing's attempt o sinusubukan nilang to create a China-led o pinangungunahan ng China world order. Sabi rito mga tol basahin natin ang report o ang description. China has long promoted itself as a globe peacemaker. Yan, matagal na nilang sinasabi, ipinakikilala ang sarili nila na tagapagpamayapa daw ng ating mundo. Global peacemaker, yan ang sabi. But how does that claim hold up against the facts? Napakalinaw no? And if Beijing were to create a new world order, what would it look like? Ano nga ba magiging itsura nun kapag sila na ang nangunguna sa ating daigdig? Yan ang ating pag-usapan ngayon, pero bago natin to simulan, syempre wag mong kalimutan mag-subscribe. Click mo na rin ang notification bell para ma-notify ka whenever na may mga bago tayong reaction video tulad nito. Wag na natin patagalin pa, panoorin na natin to. Mga tol, may kinalaman to sa Pilipinas kasi tayo yung pinag-uusapan dito ng China.
Meanwhile, China held its version of the Shangri-La Dialogue ending today. Beijing said defense and military delegates from 100 countries attended the Shangsan Forum.
Okay, so marami daw ang umaten, 100. Mula sa iba't ibang mga bansa ang dumalo dito sa Shangsan Forum na to.
Defense Minister Dong Jun, who was a no-show at the Shangri-La Dialogue earlier this year, largely repeated CCP phrases of decrying Cold War mentality, crushing external forces supporting Taiwan separatism, opposing other nations' bullying actions and hegemonic expansionism. He also had this to say. Watch.
So hindi siya dumalo doon sa Shangri-La Dialogue. Dito siya nagsasasalita.
某些域外国家
The so-called freedom of navigation. Mga tol, ano natin basahin na lang natin kasi may caption naman hindi naman natin naiintindihan yung sinasabi niya So ipopost ko to syempre para mas maunawaan nating lahat, no?
This to say, watch.
The so-called freedom of navigation in South China Sea, which is yan ay pinapayagan ng international na batas, mga tol. Ang tanong, susundin kaya nila? Kikilalanin kaya nila? Igagalang kaya nila? O tulad pa rin ng dati na kapag alam nyo na hindi pabor sa kanila, baliwala yung batas na yan. Based by countries outside the region. Yung tawag dito, Amerika, Australia, Canada. And the so-called international arbitration, which is yun ang ating ipinaglalaban. Propagated by a certain claimant, country, or challenging the basic norms governing international relations. Sabing ganon mga tol. China's lawful measures to protect our territorial sovereignty. Diba? Ang naaayon daw sa batas na hakbangin ng China para protektahan ang kanilang territorial sovereignty o yung kanilang teritoryo at soberanya. And maritime rights and interests, uphold the post-war order, sabing ganun. And the international rule of law. Talagang inaano nila, ginagaslight nila, minamabuti nila sarili nila.
Roger, we highlighted their section that was addressed to South China Sea, but how did you assess Dong Jun's speech overall?
Well, I think Dong Jun actually tried to. This is a new strategy that China has been using. That they are imitating the stick plus gentle talk kind of style. That they just finished their military parade on September the 3rd, showing their military muscles with their emerging technologies, and now they are trying to play the peacemaker, showing another face to the international society that actually they are the state quo keeper and holder. So by doing that, they are trying to convey their messages all together.
Diba? Matapos nilang gawin yung pagpaparada nila, yung military parade nila at ipakita sa buong mundo kung gaano sila kalakas, kung ano yung mga sandatang meron sila, mga nakakawasak na sandata mga tol. Ngayon, ang gusto nilang ipakita sa daigdig, sila ay global peacemaker. Sila ang nagtataguyod ng kapayapaan. Sila yung nangunguna para itaguyod ang kapayapaan. Yun yung gusto nilang ipakita sa buong mundo. Pero iba yung ginagawa nila doon sa sinasabi nila mga tol. Diba? Sa maraming pagkakataon mga kapatid, mas napatunayan ng China kung ano yung totoong sila kaysa doon sa sinasabi nila. Magbigay ako ng example, di ba? Alam nyo mga tolo, hindi nyo pwedeng sabihin, halimbawa na lang dito sa isang barangay lang, hindi nyo pwedeng sabihin na kayo ang role model ng kapayapaan kung yung mga kapitbahay mo, hinaharas mo. Di ba? Walang pwedeng magsabing role model sila ng kapayapaan. Sila yung nagtataguyod ng kapayapaan kung lahat na lang ng mga kapitbahay mo, hinaharas mo. Napakalaking kalokohan yun. Ganun lang ginagawa nila mga tol eh. Matapos nilang ipakita yung kanilang muscle, di ba? Yung puwersa nila, sasabihin nila para sila sa kapayapaan. Di ba? Bakit kayo merong ganun? Di ba? Dapat kayo yung nangungunang alisin yung lahat ng mga sandata. Dapat kayo yung nangungunang walang ipinapakitang mga ganyan. Bakit kayo nagde-develop ng mga ganyan kumpara kayo sa kapayapaan? Diba? Siyempre, sasabihin nila, siyempre, kailangan natin ng kapayapaan, kailangan natin ng sandata para mapanatiling kapayapaan. Ganun ba? Talaga? Oo, kailangan yan. Kung ikaw yung inaapi, ang problema, ikaw yung nangaapi. Ikaw yung nangaapi. Diba?
And Gemon, I mean, how, in a sense, it has for a long time promoted itself as a force for peace or a peacemaker. But as time goes on, you know, how does that message stand up?
Well, I think we need to put it in context. The context is actually, this is a conversation between the United States and China. The defense minister from China was actually making his points in response to Secretary of War's Hegseth's statement in the Shangri-La conference that happened in late May, early June.
Which was? The threat from China is imminent.
The threat from China is imminent, and also we will protect our vital interests in the Indo-Pacific region, which he reiterated later on recently, and that the United States has no intent of overthrowing the government of China, and so everyone's laying out their position. And so the Secretary of Defense from China is just saying the same thing they've always been saying is, you know, we claim Taiwan, leave us alone, we're going to take it however we want, and oh, by the way, we're peaceful, we're not doing anything bad.
Yun ang lagi sinasabi ng China. Lubayan nyo kami, wag nyo kaming pakilaman, amin tong Taiwan, payapa kami rito, kayo yun ang gugulo, hindi nyo na teritoryo to, doon na kayo, wag na kayong pumunta rito, yun ang sinasabi paulit-ulit ng China.
And all is good in the world, but...
and we want you out of the region.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So it's
we want you out of the region. Ang gusto namin wala kayo rito, wag kayong pumasok dito. Kaya nga 'di ba nagagalit sila? Kapag halimbawa nagkakaroon tayo ng mga maritime cooperation activity sa pagitan ng Pilipinas, US, Canada, Australia at iba pang mga bansa. Kasi para sa China mga tol, teka, hindi kayo taga rito eh. Doon kayo, 'di ba? Payapa kami rito, which is mga tol, wala silang karapatan para gawin 'yun dahil hindi nila pag-aari ang buong region. May karapatan yung mga bansa na nandirito mga tol na makipagkaibigan at makipag-alyansa sa kahit na sino mang bansa ang gusto nila. Halimbawa na lang tayo Pilipinas mga tol. Wala ba tayong karapatan makipag-alyansa sa Amerika, sa Australia, Canada? Dahil nandirito tayo sa region na to at sinasabi ng China labas kayo rito sa region na to, amin lang to. Walang karapatan ng China para bumoses para sa atin. Diba? Doon lang sila sa lugar nila. China lang kayo. Wala kayo rito banda. Dapat, diba? O ganun din mga tol, diba?
It's a conversation they're having, but I think it's a de-escalation conversation because they didn't have it at Shangri-La as they did last year.
Right, okay. And Roger, perhaps more importantly, as well as being that conversation between China and the US, it's also for the attendees of this Chinese forum, right? So they don't want to attend Shangri-La Dialogue. They feel that this is hostile. Their own one in China, some of the attendees there, Vietnam, Singapore, France, Nigeria, Brazil. How successful is that peace messaging to them?
Well, I think we will have to check each and every different case. Vietnam has the long tradition of bamboo diplomacy, so they are swaying back to China for this time because of their domestic needs and their change of governments. And maybe very soon we'll see Vietnam swaying back to the US, but we are yet to see.
Meron kasi silang bamboo strategy yung Vietnam.
And Singapore has been good at hedging, so they are based on their national interest.
Okay, and you spoke about a conversation between the US and China. Of course, there's also going to be the conversation between Xi Jinping and Donald Trump today. Xi will obviously raise Taiwan. So is the question, what signals we will hear from Trump?
I think that Trump is avoiding the topic of Taiwan for the basic reason it's too hot to discuss.
Oo, kasi may interest din kasi ang Amerika sa Taiwan eh. Hindi rin kasi nila mabibitawan ng Taiwan. Dahil alam nyo mga tol, sa maraming kadahilanan, pero isa sa mga dahilan mga tol, kung bakit hindi papayag ang Amerika din na masakop ng China yung Taiwan. Dahil nga nandoon ginagawa di ba? Yung microchip mga tol na kinakailangan, lalong-lalo na ng mga military sa daigdig.
An open forum. And it's better to keep those kind of conversations between Taiwan and the United States and between the United States and China, and basically to reinforce what is President Trump's policy as stated by Hegseth, which was we have vital interests in the Indo-Pacific, you back off from those. And those vital interests include Japan, South Korea, which we have mutual defense treaties, and also, by the way, if there is a war with Taiwan, those countries will be greatly have great impact on their economy. So Taiwan is part of those vital interests, although it's not directly stated.
The first island chain. Yeah. Okay. China's establishment of a nature reserve along one bank of Scarborough Shoal, leaving the North and South Rock unprotected. On September 16th, Chinese Coast Guard ships water cannoned a Philippine fisheries vessel, causing damage to the ship and injuring one person aboard.
Yan yung global peacemaker mga tol, nananakit. Global. Kung lahat ng peacemaker nananakit, wala nang saysay yung tawag na peace peacemaker nananakit no?
And a Philippine fisheries vessel, causing damage to the ship and injuring one person aboard, according to the Philippine Coast Guard. This incident comes after a Chinese Navy ship crashed into its own Coast Guard on August 11th, likely killing Chinese personnel on board, as both their vessels pursued a Philippine Coast Guard ship which was resupplying its fishing community. Roger, let me ask you, so China, as we've been discussing, through right back from the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the PLA parade that to mark the end of World War II, has been pushing quite hard this alternative China-led world order. But what does a China-led world look like?
Ayan na. Ano nga ba magiging itsura ng ating daigdig kapag China na yung nangunguna, mga tol? Ibig sabihin yung nagpapatakbo.
That new world order, if we see what's been happening in the Philippines?
Well, I think they will be speaking softly to great powers, but use great sticks to the small powers. They are forcing smaller allies like Australia, like Canada, like the Philippines to do whatever they like.
Gemma, how would you characterize a China-led order?
Well, first of all, disregard for international rulings. We saw that.
disregard for international ruling. Kapag China na nagpapatakbo, baliwala na mga tol yung international rulings. No, babaliwalain na rin nila mga tol yung mga maliliit na bansa at gagawin nila kung ano yung gusto nilang gawin. Yun yung sabi kanina ng Taiwanese mga tol.
With their attempt to claim the so-called South China Sea, expansion through coercion. We've seen that. We're seeing that actually off the Taiwanese coast with oil rigs that have been suddenly announced that have been around for 5 years. They're acting and believing that they are the head honcho or the big boss, mafia boss in the region, and they're acting like it.
Nakakatakot mga tol pag ganun nang nangyari, no? Imagine nyo mga tol, no? China, New World Order na pinangungunahan ng China. So babaliwalain na nila mga tol yung sinasabi ng international law. 'Di ba? Yung mga maliliit na bansa wala nang magagawa kasi gagawin nila kung ano yung gusto nilang gawin mga tol. No, ano sa tingin ninyo mga kapatid? Comment kayo sa ibaba. Hanggang sa muli, ako nga pala si Shovel D. Peace out.